What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my hip hop review. Welcome to a new episode of my pop review. Yes, I'm actually gonna try a little something different for once. And the reason why I originally did a review on this album months ago, but what ended up happening was my video fucked up, and by that time I was already doing another review, so I thought this was already uploaded. So I was like, you know what? I'll just save this review for later. And the album I was review today is George Michael's solo debut album, Faith, released in 1987 on Columbia under Epic. You guys should know who George Michael is. He recently passed away almost 2 years ago on Christmas of 2016. In case you guys heard his name recently and shit like that, it's like rest in peace, George Michael. Um, he was one half of the pop group Wham. Yeah. Singles I was known for is I Want Your Sex, Faith, Hard Day, Father Figure, One More Try, Monkey, and Kissing the Fool. And George Michael pretty much produced his whole album. Alright. So George Michael, he's a British singer that was originally born in East Finchley, but he moved to Radlett. And while he was in Radlett, he met his future Wham partner Andrew Ridgeley and shit like that. And so they got together. They had a perfect love for music and shit like that. They wanted to be musicians, and they started performing in local clubs. And it wasn't until 1981 that they formed Wham together. So, and just a little disclaimer: I've not heard a full Wham album. I just heard certain songs. So, yeah. Anyway, they only released like two albums together. 1983 Fantastic and 1984 is Make It Big. I understand that Make It Big was like considered to be like their breakthrough because it had songs like Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. I think Careless Whisper was on that um album too. Let me double check. Cuz that was issued as a George Michael solo song if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was on Make It Big, but it was just issued as a George Michael song and shit. So yeah. Um and you could always tell that George Michael always had he was very influenced by like Motown, 60s soul kind of, and he kind of expressed his love for that over his career and things of that nature. So fast forward to 1985, they were included on the Do They Know It's Christmas, which to pretty much is basically the Christmas equivalent to We Are the World. That's the best way to explain it. I don't have that much time because my camera's acting funny, so yeah. Okay. And so basically, while they were on tour, after they were on tour and shit like that, George Michael has become like the breakthrough star, and the group kind of parted ways in 1986 and shit like that. I think on good terms and shit, but it is what it is. In 1987, he was working on this album, and he did a duet with Aretha Franklin too. Um, what was the name of that song? What was the name of that song? And by the way, that's Father Figure playing in the background in case y'all don't know. I knew you were waiting. Yeah, that's a pretty dope song by the way. I'm gonna post that on the link. And so 1987 this album was released. So as you can tell, he's changing up his image. He has like the leather jacket now. He was mostly wearing sunglasses around this era. His hair was like a lot more straight up forward, except for like the wild hair he was used to having and shit. Um, so yeah, this is the poster of George Michael and shit right here. Pretty. I've always liked his pictures and shit like that, and this is like the lyrics of the whole song. Yeah. Other than that, um, Well, the LP version has 9 songs, but the CD and cassette version has 11 songs. And yeah, track number one, Faith, that's pretty much like the breakthrough single, classic song. Lyrically, I love how lyrically dope it was and shit like that. The song definitely has like that Bo Diddley inspired guitar riff and shit like that. And what's interesting about this song was the church organ that was playing was kind of reminiscent of Wham's hit Freedom back in the '84. So that was a pretty dope song. I love that song. The video was dope too. Track number two, Father Figure. This is one of the most eerie songs of this project. I love this song, but the subject matter of the song has been interpreted for years. Personally, I think it's about prostitution in a way, just judging by the lyrics like put your hands on mine, like I'll be your father figure. Cause you know, like most prostitutes, they become pimps because they lack a father figure, basically. So I was kind of putting two and two together, and even the video too kind of had like a very eerie vibe. So very dope song. Hold up. Sorry, my thing was skipping a little bit, but yeah, father figure, definitely a dope song. All my LL Cool J fans should know about that song, by the way. Next song, I Want Your Sex, Part One and Two. Yes, very dope song. It was kind of controversial for its time because I think like the BBC banned this at one point. No, they actually request that they play it after 9 p.m. because you gotta remember back in 1987, the late 80s, HIV and AIDS was on the rise and shit like that, and people were kind of bashing George Michael because they thought like he was saying, "Oh, you should have unprotected sex" and shit like that. And certain radio stations banned this song too. But other than that, I love this song right here. This is also on the Beverly Hills Cops 2 soundtrack and shit like that. Um, Personally, there was actually 3 parts of the song, but the third part, which is my favorite version of the song, is only available on a CD version. But part one and two still a dope song. It definitely had like a Minneapolis sound, like Prince sound kinda in a way. So yeah. Next track, One More Try. That's another cool song. I love that song. It basically talks about how one is has been hurt by a relationship so many times that they find it hard to get inside a new relationship and shit. Very cool song. It definitely has a soulful 60s vibe towards it. Something in the sense like Otis Redding kinda, you know. Next song, Hard Day. That's a cool song. That's a pretty funky song right there. Handsome Mouth is the next song. That song was alright. I could have done without that one. Look at Your Hands. Whew. That's like one of the most fun songs off this project. It definitely has like that cruising down the highway, you know, with your sunglasses kind of feel to it. Love that song. Monkey is the next song. That song Monkey, definitely a lot of trivia was in that song. Originally, George Michael wanted Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis of the time, fame, Janet Jackson, you know, to work on this song because he loved the remix he did to her song Nasty off the Control album. I did a review on that album. Check it out if you want. And so he wasn't able to get them and shit like that, but at the same time, you can really tell like the influence, like the sound wise has like Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis kind of sound to it. That's a pretty cool song. And last song, Kissing the Fool. Oh my god, this song is definitely my favorite song off this project. Um, just so relatable, you know. You meet this girl, everything goes out cool, but then her friends start doubting the relationship and shit like that, basically, and they just ruin it for you. Like, pretty cool song. I like this song. the song definitely has like a jazzy feel to it. It kind of reminds me of Stevie Wonder's "Been So Long" from the Music of My Mind album. So yeah, very cool song. I'm pretty much done with this video anyway, so fuck it. That's the thing about vinyl reviews. You don't know when it's gonna skip, but other than that, not much to really say about this album. You know, it's pretty short. Very dope album. It's a classic album in my opinion. Like he definitely reinvented himself very well with this. You know, he said, "Fuck all that wham shit. This is me now." That's basically what he said. Um, I like how versatile this album was. It had its like pop tracks, but then it had its R&B tracks and shit like that. And he paid homage to like the music's influence definitely. Very dope album. Yeah, George Michael, Faith. Um, I need to get my hands on his more of his albums, especially the Listen Without Prejudice Volume One. That was released in 1990. I need to get my hands on that one. But other than that, I'm just grateful I got this one. Oh, never mind. Again, I'm just grateful I got this one and shit. Anyway, George Michael, Faith, 1987. Must have in your collection. And that's all the time I have. Stay tuned for more. Peace.